Guys, look at your calendar. April Fool's Day is over, but this actually happened. This is the craziest story I'm about to tell yet. Like, just it's funny now, but it was pretty traumatic back then. Um, like, like this is. I have to give you some background on this guy, the guy who said his brother killed himself. Okay, and he didn't. This guy was a compulsive liar. He lied to make himself feel good around you. Like he'd say, "Oh, he had a record label," which he didn't. He knew like that was important to me. Like he just he just make you feel um you know inferior around him one way or another. He'll figure out what you're into and then brag about uh your hobbies and aspirations and say he's already got it or something. That's how he operates. So he even uh he even offered his 17-year-old cousin when I was 21. I'm like, no, no, that's the type of morals we're getting into here. A guy would lie about his brother killing himself, and he would also try to set up his cousin that was underage with somebody who was an adult. That's the type of person we're talking about, okay? So this guy, one day he's like, "Oh, you know that one song on your SoundCloud?" And like I had to help him with his lie. I had to say, "Oh, like he's like, oh, your new song." I'm like, "Oh, you mean da da da?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's the one." But I'm gullible. I'm gullible. I believed everything. I thought he was part of a record label. Uh, you know, so I'm thinking like, okay. I actually believed him. So he was like, "Oh yeah, that one song he listened to from you. Well, after he listened to it, he killed himself." I'm like, "What? Why would somebody say something like that?" That it was. I felt awful. It felt off. The song especially was like, you know, dark and just wanting to die type of song, and it's like I would have made me myself feel awful. That actually happened. And even in his sick, twisted mind, I guess he was trying to get away with lying to me. So, like, his second part of it was, oh, I asked him how did he pass away, and he's like, oh, yeah, oh, he strapped meat on him and let the wolves eat him. Like, I was so gullible. Like, but who would lie about that? Who What type of sane person would lie about their brother killing themselves, especially after listening to a song you made? I felt awful, and he's like, "Why you feel bad for?" Like, this guy's definitely a sociopath because it's like you don't realize why I feel bad, especially after you said that he listened to my song and then killed himself. You can't process that in your head, like you know. I'm sure there's some sociopaths that are like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. They understand why they would feel bad. Like I guess he was lying about that again to make me feel bad. Like, oh, why you feel bad about it? Like this guy was not a human. He felt like a robot, man. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying all sociopaths can't feel like not feel empathy but understand it. I'm sure he understood. Um, he just was like trying to make me feel as bad as possible. I blocked him. This guy was shady. He's always like asking for stuff to sell and it just he wasn't a good friend. He was not. I heard around the grapevine that he was full of shit, so yeah, he sounds like a treasure to be around. Mr. superior. Oh, you're in art. Well, I was in an art contest and I won, and it's everywhere. Don't look for it though, because they took it down at the last time. Mm-hmm. Uh huh. Oh, you're into booger collecting. Well, I have a bunch of boogers at my house. Let's go see them. No, you. No, I don't like to brag. Oh boy, I don't know what else to say about it. It's the craziest story. It's not an April Fool's Day prank. I hope you enjoy this. Like, I'm sure there's crazier stories that I told before, but like, just like about myself or like like that was more serious. But this one, it was just this one was funny to me. Now it's like how how insecure do you have to be to lie about your brother killing himself to get sympathy points? I don't know. I I still don't know to this day why he lied. Was it to feel better about himself, to make me feel bad, to what? Or was he trying to mess with me? It's like, ho ho ho. Got ya. My brother's not dead. Got ya. Oh my god. Oh, this guy was insane. Um that's all I can really think to tell you. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you when you watch me again, metaphorically.